will not stay there. Okay, sorry. That was not encouraging. Okay, let's see. Majority of all weight and mortality studies find weight to be irrelevant to mortality, except perhaps at the extremes of the BMI. So 500-pound people who can barely move or walk up the stairs. Obviously, that's not okay. But if you're carrying around an extra, 30, 40 pounds, you can still move. You can still run. You can still live your life like a normal person. So when they're talking about obese people here, they are not talking about the extremes. They are talking about the majority of obese people. And the majority of obese people are not the ones who need a lift to get them out of bed. That's a very small percent of obese people. Studies show that people who are overweight or moderately obese live at least as long as normal weight people, and often longer. What about chronic disease? Obese people with type 2 diabetes, hypertension, cardiovascular disease, and chronic kidney disease have a greater longevity than thinner people with these conditions. Do you see what they found? Okay. Not just from one study. There's 438 pages of studies and research to back this up. Obese people with type 2 diabetes, hypertension, cardiovascular disease, and chronic kidney disease all have a greater longevity than thinner people with those conditions. When studies control for factors like fitness, activity, nutrition intake, weight cycling, or socioeconomic status, increased risk disappears or is significantly reduced. So notice that didn't say anything about weight there. Fitness doesn't have nothing to do with your weight. Activity has nothing to do with your weight. Nutrient intake, nothing to do with your weight. Weight cycling does, and do you already know that weight cycling is awful for your body? And socioeconomic status. So, this is kind of where I'm at. This is where I'm I've been talking with Hays. Hays is Health at Every Size, just an easier way of saying it. Hays supported RDs. I've been listening to their podcasts and the books that they've written about it and how they practice their private practices or how they practice this in their clinical settings, and what that even looks like. And so I'm just trying to figure this out for myself. Obviously, I'm somebody who has lost weight and I help people lose weight. So, right now that's not going to change. But I am beginning to question, am I supporting something good? Are the women that I help going to keep this weight off? Because science and studies are saying no. And as a matter of fact, you have a 95% chance that you're going to gain it back and be larger. And the things that dieting does to your body, and basically is what I'm supporting and what I'm helping a good thing? Or do I need to start looking at the whole picture of the person, and not just their weight? Because when you focus on things like their relationship with food and how to get them in touch with their intuitive eating, their natural hunger cues that were given to them by God, then they will naturally set into their weight, their natural healthy weight. But not to make it about weight. I mean, we all got to where we are or where we were, big, obese, overweight, whatever, because we had a disordered relationship with food. Okay? And that has to change. The way that we are eating and the way that we feel and the way that we live and how we are eating has to change. And it's not going to change from dieting, because eventually you're going to stop dieting. And you don't know how to eat without not dieting. Because it's either going to be you're going to diet or you're going to go crazy. And that is the pattern. I mean, people don't know how to, we don't know how to eat. We don't know how to listen to our hunger cues because they've been disrupted. And so that's kind of where I'm at. So when I post things like, I don't even know what I posted today. I'm looking right now. Okay, yesterday I posted, are you exercise? Are you doing it because you want to? Or are you doing it because you feel like you have to? Exercise is actually a major stress on your body. Like one that does make a difference, even if you don't think that it does. It does. And it causes large amounts of inflammation in your body. And you can go on PubMed, which is just a public forum where they post all the studies and research in the medical realm, and anybody can have access to them and read them, and search for stress and inflammation and all of the health problems that come from that. So when I say things like exercise is a stress on your body, and diet tracking mentally or tracking on MyFitnessPal is a psychological stress. Does that stress matter? I would say, yeah. I mean, you are trying to lose weight by actually doing something that's even worse than you staying at that weight. It is healthier for you, for me, whoever, to stay at one consistent weight, obese, overweight, whatever, than it is for you to be on a diet. And they take into consideration so many different things when they prove that theory, because it's everything that it does to your body. So like, it's kind of like the thing with losing weight to be quote unquote healthy. You're losing weight to supposedly decrease your risk of heart disease and diabetes and blah, blah, blah. But in the meantime, you are majorly increasing your chances of this handful of diseases, and you're actually doing real damage to your body, not just associated risks or not just risks. So you're not just putting yourself at risk, like, oh, but this could happen, or this could just put me at a higher risk if I diet. It's doing something to your body right now. So I would say, yeah, the stress matters, and inflammation in your body matters a lot. So I hope I'm not confusing the crud out of you guys.